We are live everywhere. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
Well, my hair is poofy big this week. There we go. Let's mat that down. How is it going? I will tell you, I'm going to fucking fall apart. I got home from my gig at 5:14 a.m. I went to bed at 5:21 a.m. I woke up at 6:58 a.m. So I'm going to hit a goddamn wall and go to bed as soon as this is over.
Awesome. Yeah, that's rough, dude. I sorry to hear that. Get some Monster Energy in you, man.
Oh no, I drank a Celsius at 7:10 a.m. when I was up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to drink this. And I'm not going to drink anything else. Now I'm going to take a nap and sleep. So yeah. What's up with you? How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Aside from StreamYard not accepting my headphones as I was coming in, I restarted my computer like 3 times. I don't know what's going on with this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they don't like, for some reason they refuse to accept outside inputs. But really quick, I wanted to say this.
Also, I'm using a different tripod for TikTok, so that's why it's crooked. It's either crooked this way. You want it leaning to the left or lean it to the right? What's up?
It's all good, but TikTok,
actually lean with it.
We're playing a game. We're playing the game. See who gets us suspended or put on violation first. I was up 2-0, but Jake got us last week. Jake is the one that said something naughty about the elephant party. Apparently, you can bash the donkey party all you want, but the instant you say that the elephant party has done something wrong, then boom, you get a notice for bullying. So stay tuned,
That's
TikTok,
right.
to see which one of us sets off the algorithm and censors.
That's right.
Oh, Sophie and Ken's putting money on you.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ken wants you to come through.
Let's get some betting.
Oh
going.
yeah, we need to get to the other. What's the other one? Not Kalshi. The
Polymarket.
I forget.
Polymarket.
Yeah, Polymarket. That's what we need to do. We need to set up a Polymarket, and then before we go live, I'll say I'm going to drop the N-bomb or use the R word, and then that'll get us banned, and then boom, and then we'll make money on our own bet. We'll work it out beforehand and let everybody else bet.
Well, the thing is, I tried to sign up for Polymarket. They're apparently doing a thing right now where you got to get an invite code. Is what the app was telling me. Yeah, so if anybody out there has a way around that or has an invite code, please send one to me and one to Timmel, because I'm on Calcio. I like just looking at the weird bets and stuff, man. And I guess
look at your YouTube camera more, because when you look at the TikTok camera, this is what I see. All I see is up your nose. So look at the look at YouTube
I don't have my
more.
Normal. Let me. You know what? Let me get you back up a bit. Let me.
No, it's all good. But when you look at TikTok, all you see on YouTube is this. You just see this big up your nose on YouTube. So
I finally found with my other tripod how I can get it right next to the other camera, and of course I lost it this week. So now I have this one way up here and way down here, and
I just moved it. I usually I'm over to the right, but today I'm doing it because I get tired of seeing the surrounding. But all right, everyone. When I send Jake the news links that we are going to make fun of, I usually put a small description of what the link is. This week, let me read every description I sent Jake. LOL, 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 LOL. Like everything this week made me laugh, except for the top one. So let's get the top one done because it was so stupid. But everything else this week just made me laugh.
Man,
what's that?
The descriptions are hacked this week. It's the same thing every time.
It was just everything was funny to me. Here's the one I did not put LOL to. How one man lowered the price of Guinness by using AI to call 3,000 pubs. This guy in Ireland thought that the price of Guinness, a pint of Guinness, was too high. So Matt Cortland created an AI startup founder. He's an AI startup founder, used AI to create a generator that would call a voice agent that called every pub and asked 3,000 how much for a price of Guinness, and then created a spreadsheet and a website and put it out there, and places started going, oh shit, I guess we're kind of gouging. Like, he made it universal how much it's consumer power. He showed how to bring the price of Guinness down. That's beautiful. It's brilliant.
I love that America and China are trying to, they're in like almost an arms race with AI. Who can use this the most to dominate global markets or military? In Ireland, they're like, we're paying too fucking much for Guinness. Like they're going to use it to lower the cost of Guinness by a couple euros. I fucking love it. Dude. I love Ireland.
I mean, that's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's entrepreneurial. And the reason it made the news is because everyone loved it. When he put the spreadsheet up that he created, when he showed the price at all these different pubs, people were saying, they're like, oh, I'm going to this pub. Fuck this pub. They're overcharging. And I can't find it right now in the article, but I love how he did too. He had the AI voice, gave it a northern Irish accent, but people used it. They went to the spreadsheet and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna personally quote boycott these pubs because they're charging too much. He single-handedly took on Big Guinness and won. Good on you. What was it, Matt Cortland? Good on you.
I love it, man. This is why I think the Irish should be negotiating the ceasefires. You know what I mean? Like you got Trump trying to do it. It's like, yeah, but this country's also controlled by a bunch of greedy people in oil. So we need to just have a country who's like, look, we're just trying to make beer cheaper. You guys want to have some Guinnesses? Maybe we can talk about this. Like, come on now.
I don't know if I said this last week, but
get bombed instead.
I don't know if I said this last week. I saw the best comment I will ever see on social media. It was on Threads. It said, the only person that should be negotiating for a ceasefire is Kirk Cousins' agent, because that came out right after he signed with the Raiders for $20 million that the Falcons are going to pay like 18 point something million. The Raiders are going to pay him 1.2 million and the Falcons are going to pay 18.8 million, or maybe it's 18.7 and 1.2. I think it's 18.7. But either way, Kirk Cousins is a mid quarterback at best. How many playoff games? Maybe one, maybe two, and he's 1-0. And he has made. I saw a stat that said if anybody earned $1.2 million a year from the day the Declaration of Independence was signed until today, we would still not match Kirk Cousins' lifetime's earnings. His agent should be negotiating the ceasefire, or he should be negotiating because he gets Kirk Cousins paid, and Kirk fucking sucks. How they keep throwing money at this guy is beyond me. Send Kirk Cousins' agent in to negotiate for the United States with Iran. We will get everything we want.
I hope it turns out it's all kind of tied together anyway. The reason he's able to get such good prices for his clients is because he's got the actual Epstein files, and he's like, listen, if you don't call your boss's boss's boss, if you don't call those lizard people who secretly control the government and the NFL, and you don't get this guy at least $18 million a year, I'm going to tell on everybody.
Or it's that
my list, sir.
We know that Robert Kraft was getting massages, in quotes, massages. Maybe some of the NFL owners are on the Epstein list. They've just, not turned up any pictures yet.
You know what I've discovered from the Epstein list is that
I'm getting your nose on YouTube again.
Oh shit! All right, hang on. Let me try to find a way to fucking lift this.
This is Jake on YouTube. Hi everybody. This is Jake's nose on YouTube.
Screen up here, screen down here.
I know.
Camera. So yeah, I think we all owe Robert Kraft a massive apology because he was staying on mainland and paying to get hand jobs from age-appropriate women. Not as bad as a lot of CEOs out there. People whose names are crossed off in black and all those files. All of those guys were tisking Robert Kraft for paying for a hand job from an above 18-year-old woman.
I agree. God bless Robert Kraft. He was doing it right. He was supporting the American economy. He was supporting immigration in a way. Some could consider it forced or trafficked, but still,
that's right.
There was money staying in
and I think that's prostitution should be legal then. You know what I mean?
It should,
it's not
absolutely.
at that point, you know,
you don't see this shit happening. I have said this in the past. I watched a couple episodes of the Bunny Ranch, and there was one where this guy showed up and said, "I want that woman," and she went, "Yeah, no." Because they have the power. The women at the Bunny Ranch have the power. She's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that one. Nope. Yeah, give the women the power.
I think we should be giving awards to dudes who weren't on.
You got to just stare at YouTube, buddy. Stop looking at TikTok. Ignore TikTok.
Okay,
All I'm looking at is up your nose.
Hang on. Wait. Let me. I got this. Give me a second.
Look it up, Jake's nose. TikTok, all you're going to see is the side of Jake's head because he's going to look at it.
I trimmed my nose hairs right before this episode. I don't know what the fuck to complain about. My nose is flawless. It's majestic.
Well, you get to watch the playback and you'll just see it's this odd angle of up your head.
Oh my god, dude! It is fucking hilarious.
Whoa!
What's up?
What's it like? We've talked about this. My biggest disappointment in life is that I had an opportunity to buy
you gotta tell the people
a prostitute, and I didn't. I want to know because that's my biggest life regret.
Yeah, people on TikTok. We're also taking comments on YouTube, so that's what that is.
Yeah, we got someone on YouTube that has been to the Bunny Ranch, and I'm jealous. Fill us in because my biggest life regret. I was in Japan. I was in a Filipino prostitute bar, and I had a girlfriend, and I wanted to do stuff, but I couldn't, and so I didn't. And then she dumped me, and I regret. I should have had, sow your oats while you can. Nike, just do it. But it was in 1990, just like you described. Wait, if it's just like I described, that means you wanted a hot woman, and she said no. That's awesome. So that's not good for you.
Hell yeah.
I just laughed and hurt my abs. Wow, that's not good.
But yeah, man, those are people not on the Epstein list. You got Robert Kraft, Hunter Biden, whoever the hell owns the Bunny Ranch, all people who were demonized before all this Epstein shit. And it turns out we owe a massive apology.
I got to make a hack joke. I apologize. I can't help myself. The comments on YouTube is they line up and you pick a girl. Back then it was $100 for 15 minutes. So what do you do with the other 12 minutes? Pew, 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 pew. Funny. Pew, pew.
That's the
all right. Next story. I thought that was great. So God bless AI. Let's talk about this. This one made me laugh.
Oh, by the way, the LOLs. I feel that the dude getting cheap Guinness with AI, that would have been a very appropriate LOL. Some of your LOLs are psychotic. You got an LOL about Lebanon getting bombed. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's not
okay, let's turn to that. Yeah.
Face emoji. That should be a sad face.
No, the reason I loved it is because of the timing. It happened literally. So I did send him at least, and this is sad, like you're right, sad face emoji, 182 killed across Lebanon in large wave of Israeli strikes.
All he put is LOL. He only put LOL on this one. I'm like, what the?
Because
pasted LOL too many times.
It happened at the exact same time. I love the idea that we reached a ceasefire with Iran, and so Israel said, fuck it, gotta bomb somebody, and turned right around. It's like, oh, we can't bomb Iran right now. Iran, and they started bombing Lebanon. That's why it was funny to me. It was like literally they went, oh, ceasefire, boom, boom, boom. I like this sheer fact they didn't wait even an hour. They started bombing someone else. That's what's funny to me. It's tragic, it's sad, but Jesus Christ, you can't even, you get a ceasefire with one country and you're like, fuck it, we still got missiles, we got to launch them at somebody. That's what's funny to me. It is sad, but Jesus Christ, Israel, can you take a breather? Could you just, like, for a day, could you just, just a day?
I mean, that is the problem with following another country into any war, is now you're kind of tied to whatever the hell they do. And,
yeah.
even if Trump was acting in good faith with the ceasefire stuff, which I don't believe he is because he'd been in negotiations with them in the past and they bombed the shit out of them. While the negotiations were going on. So they don't trust him. I mean, the guy running Iran is the son of the guy he just bombed. So I think he's a little peeved, And And then also,
maybe he had daddy issues. You never know.
could be, you think it was an inside job? You think?
No, I'm just saying he could be looking at like, oh, good, that you were. I never loved you, daddy. You were always mean to me. It could be sort of issues. Like he didn't get a chance to become a comedian like we did with our daddy issues.
No, I'm starting this conspiracy theory. I think he's the Menendez brother of Ayatollah sons. You know what I mean? I think that's what he's doing. He's working behind the scenes, getting people blown up.
Yes, he gave the intel so that we knew where to hit and when. Like, right. Hey, my dad is here. I didn't tell you this.
And somehow the bombs only grazed his right ear, just like Trump. It's weird like that.
It'll grow back.
But no, I think it's kind of, you know what it's like. It's sort of if you're negotiating peace between you and another country, but you're kind of tied to this third country that's just attacking everyone. I mean, you can't really do it. It would be like if a comedy club or a corporate event was negotiating for the two of us to co-headline a show, but they only talked to one of us, and they had all these stipulations like, hey, it's got to be clean. It's got to be, here's what we're paying you. And you don't communicate with me at all, or like, don't tell me, or I don't agree. And I just get on stage and I'm like, every joke I have is one of the two F words or the N one. And I just fucking go crazy. And it's just like, well, hey, why didn't you do that? Oh, well, the negotiation for the show was only with one of the two comics. So I don't know what the fuck he's going to say.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Todd has shown up, and so has Richard.
Hello. Thank you for being here.
All right. So what's another LOL I sent? I like this one. Congressman Eric, how do you say his name? Swalwell?
Swalwell, yeah.
Swalwell. Oh man, he fucking. Now here's the thing. The thing is in campaign imploding after new sexual assault allegation, and he hit back hard. He said, no, this is all false. This is bullshit. But then this morning, I didn't send you this, his staffers have issued a statement that they are horrified by accusations. People are abandoning his campaign. I mean, top advisors left, which means they know something. It may either they suspect it's true, they believe the women, and what is it, 5 women or 4? I forget.
It's 4 or 5, yeah.
It's not one. It's not he said, she said. This is an ongoing pattern. And he says it was all consensual if it happened. I am guessing, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say alcohol was involved. And yeah, he's fucked. Even if he does.
Video?
What's that?
Did you see that video of him and whoever in a hotel room?
No, the only videos I've seen are pictures of Mike Vrabel and the sports reporter.
Oh no, there's one where he's kissing some lady who there's speculations it's a sex worker or whatever. But either way, they seem very drunk, especially him, and it damn sure ain't his wife. And way younger, like it's a bad look, dude, for sure.
And that's what I'm saying is. I'm not going to get into the charges. You got to hear them out. You have to listen. But I am going to say I am guessing that the reason that his staffers, the top advisors, the reason they're issuing statements is even if they didn't know, or even if they're not sure to what level crime took place, they know that he's a drunk and that he has this side to him, and they're like, oh, we knew he was whatever, but fuck it, we're out. Like, he can say it was consensual, but he's still fucking around. He's still doing stupid shit.
Even if the dude seemed okay to you, like to most of the staff or most of whoever, I mean, it's 4 accusation. I mean, it's not like one where you might go, well, maybe she remembered it. Maybe she's got an extra crime. Like, it's 4 fucking people. I mean, that's a lot, dude.
Once you get into the whole he said, she said, and you have to believe women or trust women, you have to listen. He comes out with that. I just like the fact that he comes out with a very, very strong denial.
Oh, yeah.
And then right after that, his staffers are like, we're out. Like they know information. They know what he's like behind the scenes. And what did the staffers say? Did they say, Yeah, they say, we believe you should stand with them, that the behavior detail, like they know something about him, that he is a bad drunk and they want nothing to do with him. Here's the reason I put LOL on this one is when you are in the public. What's that?
No, there's way less people getting actually bombed.
No, because of him. Because it's like it's like when you live in the public, like Anthony Weiner. How do you think you're going to get away with this? How do you think you can live like Nancy Mace? How do you think this isn't going to come out? That someone's not going to talk? That you're not going to do? It's just astounding that people, when they have this side to them, they think they can keep it hidden in today's day and age.
Ask Kristi Noem's husband about keeping things hidden. It just doesn't work anymore.
Exactly.
Which, how happy are Kristi Noem and her husband-wife that all this news is popping up, especially on the other side of the aisle? They're like, "Oh my, thank God! I need somebody to take the heat off us."
Todd has it right. It is all ego. That's literally all it is. It's ego.
I think it escalates, right? I mean, it's sort of like driving your car drunk. You know, very few times does it start to where it's like, I'm pretty good about it. I get Ubers and stuff like that if I've had more than a couple. But then one night I just drove after 12. Sometimes people just black out and do crazy things, but most of the time it escalates. It's sort of like, I know technically 3 gets me to 0.08 or whatever, but I'm only driving a few blocks, so I'll just drive the speed limit, use my turn signal, shit like that. And then you start going after a little more, and then eventually you're driving completely blacked out and getting arrested and things like that. So I think it's just a sort of a downward spiral of pattern behavior, basically. And yeah, I mean, alcohol's probably involved in this. It certainly looked like it in the video. I think the dude just, goes a little crazy, and, it started off, he just went a little crazy and would just be a little, flirtatious with people, maybe ask out a staffer, which is, unethical, whatever. And then it turns into, well, that went good. Let me just have a few more drinks, do a couple more lines. I'm feeling even better. Now I can grab her by whatever. And but it escalates to that point. It didn't get there day one. It got there, day 1028 or whatever. I mean, it slowly escalates.
And then, like with Harvey and Bill Cosby and anyone, when the first one comes forward, then the other 3 say, "Oh my God, I've been wanting to say this. I have been a friend," and they come forward. You need the bravest woman to come forward first and say this happened, and then. And if the floodgates open, you're like, "Oh, this is a pattern. This is
when somebody starts getting away with something, they start getting cocky and they're like, well, I guess getting away with it." And then they start getting sloppy and complacent, and they're not covering their tracks. Yeah. They're doing shit to where it's like, dude, you're clearly going to get caught.
Yeah. And well, but again, that's my LOL. There was for his just arrogance. The idea, like, really, you think you're going to get away with this?
Oh, man. Right. So I did look up on Kalshi yesterday, early in the day, because people were talking about this in a work chat. And there was Kalshi on will Swalwell drop out of the California gubernatorial race, and like by what date? And there was one that was before the 13th, which is tomorrow, Monday. And it was like at 1.8 to 1. But I'm like, dude, 4 is a lot of accusers, but I could also see them going, well, it's the weekend. How are we going to square this with his congressional seat as well? And what do we do? And there's a lot of people planning. They'll probably make an official statement or decision Monday morning. And then this video came out, and I went back on there, and the odds of him dropping before Monday were like just over a 1.5 to 1. I'm like, dude, I should have struck while the iron was hot.
Well, not you. What he should do for his poor wife is he should say, "Hey, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. Place a huge bet on this day, and that's when I'll drop out. And you get to make all the money, and you can leave me."
Do you think that's how he settles out of court with all the victims?
Yeah.
Like, listen, hey, I know you're kind of young, and you probably haven't seen Back to the Future 2, but there's a character called Biff. And you could be Biff if you play your cards right, no pun intended. We're going to cheat it kind of like sports gambling, but more like a political scandal gambling. So sorry about the groping. Bet on the 15th.
Have you ever heard of the movie 8 Men Out? give it a watch and bet on the 15th. Yeah. So what, okay, this is what we should bet on for Polymarket. See if it's out there. What kind of statement is he going to drop? These accusations of like, he's already denied it, but now that you say the video's out there, it's like, is he going to spend more time with his family? Is he going to seek therapy? Is he going to do both? What's his statement going to be like? Oh, I need to spend more time focusing on myself, or what do you think he's going to say?
I mean, he's already come out pretty hard against the accusations, but then again, there's a ton of internal.
But that was before the video.
That was before the video. So I think he drops out of the gubernatorial race, but I think the statement is going to be rehab related. You know, oh, I was in the throes of addiction. I don't remember doing it, because he clearly looked pretty drunk in the video. So I think he blames it on booze and drugs, and he, you know, and then he goes, I'm going to rehab, but at least I'm not on the Epstein list. They were all over 18. Bye. You know, and then he goes away. And I mean, I think he resigns from congressman because, like, look, you can't be the Democrats right now and be yelling about the Epstein list and Trump and cover it up for pedophiles and this and that if you're letting this kind of activity take place.
And Dems are coming at everyone's pulling support. Right. Everyone's like, fuck him. So, all right.
I mean, they already don't have control of Congress right now. So it's sort of like, I think you got to just eat this, lose the seat, and not completely lose your credibility with the vast majority of the country. Because, and again, and I hate to sound like, you know, don't believe women, or, you know, if one woman accuses a guy, she's lying or whatever. But it at least gives room for like let's look into it. Let's see what happened. When there's 4 of them, it's like, all right, dude, there's no fucking way 4 of these women just ganged up with the same story or whatever, man. Like,
you don't want to overreact like the fucking Democrats did against Al Franken, where it was one woman saying, that was a timing thing, but it was still bullshit, and it was what? But either way,
because that was at the very kind of
that was very Me Too movement.
In many ways of the peak of the Me Too movement, and so you can't be sitting there, and a lot of that was sparked by Trump winning and stuff like that. And so you can't be sitting here going, look at Trump, look at Trump, look at Trump, how terrible he is with women, and then just sort of ignore your own party, because that kind of
it's not ignore, but don't overreact. On a scale of 1 to fucking 10, treat it like the 1 it is, not the 10 they turned it into.
Yeah, but again, they had been kind of accused of ignoring it with like Bill Clinton. You know what I mean?
Because that's true. Good point.
That grab him by the pussy comment came out right before the election, and that was supposed to be the sort of, this will be the nail in this guy's coffin. And then what did Trump do? He comes to the debate with an army of Bill Clinton accusers right behind him going, hey, I was just shit talking. These women said he did way worse stuff. And so to be the Democrats going, I can't believe that this horrible man, blah, 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 you know, while having this Clinton thing sort of in their past. I know it was a while ago, but you unfortunately, the first accusation, whether it's something small or big, it has to be treated like a nuclear bomb. And so that's Franken, unfortunately, had to be thrown on that grenade for a timing issue to make it seem like Democrats cared about, victims and whatnot.
All right. Next, LOL. From the New York Times. President Trump has championed the U.S. steel industry, promising to strengthen it and impose stiff tariffs on foreign metals to shield manufacturers from overseas competition. At the same time, he is getting tens of millions of dollars worth of donated foreign steel from either way, a Luxembourg steel company. So the big, beautiful ballroom ain't using that big, beautiful American steel. You guys got fucking played. You get played. Steel workers, blue collar workers, everybody gets played.
I love that all that entire ballroom is just going to say made in China or something on the inside.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, man. It's, you think of the White House, the materials should at least be, from the U.S.
And I don't give a shit
from the America First side of the aisle.
Exactly. And I don't give a shit that he tore down the East Wing. I don't give a shit that he's building a ballroom.
Honestly, my least favorite wing. It was my least favorite wing in the White House.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, I can't believe he's destroying history. I don't give a fuck. But like you said, if you're going to do it, make it. But here's the one thing I have against it. The one thing we've seen his apartments. We've seen his. They're fucking ugly. All the gold.
It's going to be disgusting.
It's just gross. Yeah. I don't want the next president to come in and be like, we have to tear this down. But you're going to have to queer eye for the straight guy. You're going to have to hire some gay designers to make it look presentable, because he's got the shittiest eye. He's horrible. He's gonna
technically do that, and he's gonna be like, Scott Bessent, you're my gay designer, and Scott's gonna be like, I think everything he did's perfect. And it's going up there.
All right, next LOL. Oh, this was great. I don't know how true this is, but after I sent you this video, I went down a small little fucking rabbit hole looking for this stuff. Companies found a genius trick to expose North Korean hackers. They get on these tele-interviews. And they ask them to criticize Kim Jong-un. So they're applying for a job, and there's this. The company suspects they are North Korean, and they're trying to get in so they can steal secrets or data. And so they're like, part of the interview, they're like, hey, can you say Kim Jong-un sucks? And they're like, what? And they just freeze. And I sent you one video, but there are half a dozen out there of these people just freezing. Like, what do you want me to say? It's like, oh, Kim Jong-un is a bad leader. You what? I think they refuse.
This one they specifically said fat ugly pig.
Yeah.
Call him a fat ugly pig. And the guy just wouldn't say it. Man, I mean, if you're the hackers, you gotta be going like, look, I know our thing is like, we don't say bad stuff about their leader, but what if it's to hack people in his honor or whatever? Like,
there's got to be a path. They've got to they've got to train them now. Like, hey, this is acting. You won't be punished if you do it in this context. Just this context during the interview. If they ask you to say something, say it, and we won't kill your family. And then they'll probably do it anyway. But yeah, these videos were great.
Don't they have some kind of rule in Wahhabism that if you're like a suicide bomber or something, you get to have a BLT while you know what I mean, just to blend in or whatever. You get to eat a BLT with with an American Eagle hat or something. Like, you can just to blend in, just to kind of get in there.
Yeah,
that's what it's got to. Yeah, they got to have one of those kind of passes. I think
it's an acting gig. You got to give. You got to. How do you not prep them for an interview? But I mean, and here I have a love dislike with this. It's one of those things where, well, don't put it out there because now they know to train for it. But it was beautiful. It's like, I love seeing it, but keep it a secret.
I think the hackers, they got to be telling their boss to be like, hey man, send this one all the way up the chain, but like, tell the guy we're gonna have to trash him if they ask us because we're getting caught every time.
Because like I said, this one was beautiful. Like, call him a fat ugly pig. But I went down a minor rabbit hole where they were like doing this, and they froze every time. They would act confused. Like, I can't say that, but
they just got to have a thing to where it's sort of like an American POW in Nam being forced to say like, America's a shit country. And the women are up fat and ugly. You know what I mean? Like, when they're being forced to say that, but you're blinking.
Yeah, they're blinking SOS.
You got to be able to blink North Korean SOS while they're talking shit about your leader, because otherwise they're not going to be able to hack anybody anymore.
Do a sarcastic eye roll, like, yes, Korea's great. I hate America. The downed pilots, like, oh yeah, America's the worst. Like, do an eye roll.
Right? Yeah. There was guys who did that in Vietnam. They would like blink, torture, or SOS or something.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
All right. Next,
although, even because when I was in the Army, they were like, "Yeah, hey man, if you're ever a POW and they're trying to get you to say anything, just fucking say it and don't get your head cut off. Like we're not going to hold it against you. Like, yeah, of course. They were like, hey, do this or we're going to chop one of your fingers off. Like, just say whatever the hell you got to say. Trash America all you want. We get that it's not a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like,
we get you didn't join them.
Yeah, you're covered in bruises and you're in a tiger cage. I don't think I don't think this is a Benedict Arnold type situation.
I cannot read this headline because there is a word that begins with R that is an act that a male generally does to someone else, and it will set off the algorithms and get us banned on TikTok. So I will
let's just call it a Swalwell.
Yeah, Swalwell. All right, there we go. And I'm going to say it like I sent it. Jake, another drag queen was arrested for swallowing a child. Oh, wait, it's not a drag queen. It's an expert on Christian ethics and marriage and sexuality.
What?
Arrested in Ohio. John Kent Tarwater was a finance professor and oh God, I hate it when they do this. He has published 2 books for Christian readers, Marriage as Covenant, Considering God's Design at Creation and the Contemporary Moral Consequences, and Business Ethics, a Christian Method for Making Moral Decisions. Oh, and he's diddling kids. It wasn't a drag queen. It's yet another godly man.
It's weird.
Funny
I didn't see
how-
this on Fox. Yeah, I feel like if it was a drag queen, it would be lead story for like a month on Fox and Friends.
You know what I like about this?
Constant.
What you just said. Where did I get this? Did I get this from NBC or CBS or no, Us Weekly? The hard-hitting news channel of Us Weekly. On page 1, they have George Clooney says his children give him meaning, and then the next one is, this Christian ethics, like Us Weekly, the celebrity tabloid, is doing better investigative reporting on child diddlers with Christian backgrounds than the mainstream media. That's funny.
I mean, I think just to keep them, if we're going to be making laws about drag queen story hours, we should tag on there also no more sending these kids to church, because there seems to be a lot of actual stuff that happens there as opposed to just speculation and no actual reported cases.
I mean, I know it's a joke, but I'm half not kidding. Why are churches allowed within 500 yards of a school? I mean, they have a pretty bad track record.
That's true. All right, hey man, I think put the churches wherever you want, but if cops got to wear body cams, so do priests, man. We just got to, we got to cam these guys up. In fact, I will go even further than that. Any grown man who voluntarily takes a job working with kids at all, I don't trust you. As a grown man, there's nothing I'd want to do less than work around fucking kids. I can't stand kids, my own are fine, but all other kids, you could not pay me enough to where, now you're going to be the child counselor for what? It's like, no, I'm turning down $100,000 a year. Like, I don't want to be around a bunch of sniveling kids all day. Any guy who's like, hell yeah, I'll do it for $20,000. Like, all right, cam him up.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's right wing, left wing, Christian, atheist, whatever. Cammed up. If you're a grown man who voluntarily wants to work around children, I'm not saying that automatically makes you bad. Just like I'm not saying cops are automatically, committing, police brutality. I'm just saying cam them up. Just cam transparency. Just cam them up. Any dude working around kids, cam him up.
I agree. Ultra says, where is it? Nope. Rocky wants to know what he's missed a lot. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Always. They always hide behind the Lord and the religion. And working with children is actually an extremely rewarding experience. It can be. Like, I volunteered. My son had a field trip last week. I'm making a video about it.
You're damn right. There should be a video about it. It should be in the.
It was fun. They were good kids. I was. They did this. I'm going to put it in the video, but they. My son went on a field trip and they needed volunteers, and my wife asked me to sign up. And like, hey, they need volunteers. So I'm like, fine, I'll go. I didn't have to do anything except just be there in case a kid needed anything. They were doing fake businesses. They were trying to see what it was like to run a business. And I was in charge of the health clinic, and we were right next to the construction
health clinic. Like you're giving inspections. You're giving.
No, the kids had to listen to heartbeats and take a pulse. But we were right next to the construction booth. So I stole the construction helmets and I asked anybody who a hard hat. And this one kid and I put them on. And so we're at the health booth wearing hard hats. And people are like, why are you wearing a hard hat? I'm like, hey, safety first. And I was just like, it was just stupid and fun. You know, and I love the fact that I got a kid to wear a hard hat it was our receptionist. Our receptionist at the health clinic wore a hard hat as he greeted the other kids. And they're just like, it was fun. It was fun.
He likes getting kids hard. That's what I'm hearing. Cam him up.
All right. This last story confuses the shit out of me. Phillips 66 faces $900 million loss as Iran crisis lifts oil prices. I thought the oil price just went up with how is it losing money? The price of oil goes up, you sell it for more. They're saying it's a $900 million loss. I did look it up. What did I send you? They donated between $700,000 and $800,000 to Trump in 2024, and now his war has cost them $900 million. That's funny. I don't understand how you lose money as an oil company. The price goes up, you pass it along to the consumer. Help me.
That's true. But apparently with this whole thing, but I think a lot of it is not just the price of oil because of the shortage. They're also losing boats and stuff like that. They're also,
I suppose, but there's nothing in the article. The article is so shitty. It just gives the numbers like, oh, the refining segment is expected to say, oh, refining. Okay, that makes sense. If they can't get the oil to refine it, boom, there you go. That makes sense. Yeah, but that's 350 million. Where's the rest of the 9? Because it doesn't really say how or why. But it doesn't spell out. But refining makes sense. If you can't get the oil to refine it, there's your loss. But they said it's 350 million of the 900 million loss.
Well, plus,
way, you donated to Trump, you get what you deserve.
You gotta pay people to, you know what I mean? Transport it, guard it, and I mean that's just kind of stuck in limbo. A lot of it because they can't move it out of there for the most part. Unless I guess pay $2 million a boat to Iran, like that's sort of what they're talking about. Now U.S. is putting a blockade up there as of today.
There's so much bullshit out there. Like some people are saying, we got to wait for it to all sort out. But yeah, I've heard that, but then I've heard that's not true. We do know that whatever comes out of this will be worse than what we had before, except for the fact that Iran doesn't have a navy now or an air force, so that's good. But I don't know.
It's still
we'll see.
Causing crazy gas shortages and prices to go up on gas. Never let a right winger fucking bitch about the price of gas ever after this bullshit.
Not at all. All right. I'm going to go to fucking bed. Man. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Everything is on my website, from links to my Amazon author page where you can look at the books I've written, to the store, which I call a t-shirt store, but you can buy magnets, stickers, sweatshirts, hats. I think I'm up to 90 designs now. I redesigned a bunch of shit. So there's a bunch of new shit on my merch store where you can buy sweatshirts, all sorts of stuff. Jake has been Jake Vevra. You can find him on all social media at Jake, Vevera, and you can find his YouTube page where his special Unalived by Dog Pills is available. That's it for me. I have been awake well over 24 hours with an hour nap in there, so I am going to go sleep. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Jake, and everyone watching, you and I can talk about this and work it out, but the next 2 Sundays, I will be traveling home. Can you do 1:30 p.m. Eastern?
I should be able to. I'll double check with
okay.
my wife.
I can make it home by then. I know I can, but and if I can make it back on time, I'll let you know. But there is a good chance that I won't be able to make it home until noon my time, and then that would push us to at 1. I'll do my best. But the next 2 weekends I have work where I'm like this one. I was able to get home by what did I say? I got home at 5:14 a.m. and I went to bed at 5:21 a.m. The next 2 weeks I've got long trips coming. So, all right. So everyone. Possibly an hour later, Jake and I will talk, and I'll post on my YouTube when we're going live next week. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you when we see you.
Watching the Melania doc was worse than being swallowed by a chainsaw.